The outer ring road is pretty busy at the best of times, but as you travel around it near Heartsease, you'll come past the primary academy, and this is at the junction with Rider Haggard Road on Heartsease Lane, where they've been upgrading the pedestrian crossing to include a cycling lane. Now this has caused a bit of controversy because there's a lamppost right in the middle of what will be the cycle lane. With me from Norwich Cycling Campaign is Peter Silburn, who first told us about this. I bet you were staggered when you saw it.
Yes, well, it was quite interesting because I came along a few days ago and took some photographs of them and tweeted them, and I didn't even notice. It was so obvious. It was sort of hiding in plain sight. So yeah, we're standing next to it now. There's this huge dark grey sort of tarmac coloured post right in the middle of the cycle lane, and they've even helpfully painted on the sort of white bicycle marking on the ground to sort of guide you towards it. I mean, it's clearly ridiculous, and they're obviously going to have to fix it. But I think what this demonstrates is a larger issue, which is that Norfolk County Council doesn't take cycling seriously. To just look at this particular scheme on Heartsease Lane. Now, this was funded from something called the Emergency Active Travel Fund, which the government set up in the middle of the pandemic in 2020 to help local authorities quickly put in cycle schemes to get more people walking and cycling. Now, Norfolk County Council bid for this, and they successfully got some money for this particular scheme. But what they bid for was cycle lanes, protected cycle lanes along both sides of the road, all the way up to the Plumstead Road roundabout to Rider Haggard Road. Now, the significance of that is that would have then linked up with the existing cycle track past the schools, and also with the new cycle lanes along St William's Way, and it would have provided a continuous protected cycle route, which is what we need. Because this is an incredibly busy road. It's part of the ring road. There's traffic going past constantly. So, but what happened was that when the scheme went out to consultation, the crossing is included in, which is good, but the cycle lanes mysteriously disappeared. Now, that in itself is bad, because it means people will still need to have to cycle along the road, or rather they won't bother cycling at all. But it's even worse than that, because the government said that local authorities who don't deliver what they promise will be penalised in future funding bids.
Right. And
that's exactly what's happened, because there's been a recent round of funding that's just been announced, and Norfolk County Council got less than 40% of what they bid for. They bid for £2.5 million for 8 schemes. They only got less than £1 million, and so they're only going to build sort of 3 schemes. So as a result of the County Council's failure to deliver quality schemes, Norfolk is going to miss out on transport schemes that enable more people to walk and cycle.
And least of all, leaving a lamppost in the middle of a cycle.
Yes. I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's obviously grabbed the headlines, and Norfolk and Norwich are kind of in the news at the moment with various cycling-relating things. But that will be fixed. But eventually. But I mean, it is interesting. I mean, this wouldn't happen with a road. I mean, it's been suggested that the reason is that because the lighting is provided by separate companies, and you need to submit requests, and it takes ages. And
they have still got the orange barriers up, so quite obviously they don't deem the work to be completed.
It's still work in progress, but it is ridiculous. They've laid fresh tarmac. They're going to have to dig that up. It's going to be a mess and everything. So it is a bit ridiculous. But as I say, it's really the larger issue that's the issue here. That they were given money for cycle lanes here, and we're not getting them.
At least it'll be well illuminated.
Well, indeed, yes, true. That's true.